They said this 2005 Bentley Continental GT was beyond saving. In some point I was actually thinking they might be right. Until today, I finally cracked the code of this Bentley and I know exactly why it doesn't start. Welcome back to another video, and we're still in a square one. The car still doesn't start, but I got the good news. Reassembled the car and put it back on the wheels so I can finally roll it back and in. And also, look at those bad boys. Obviously, it's probably going to be a temporary wheels for now, but they look like almost brand new. Well, actually, they refurbished, but there's a lot of cracks in the back and they're all welded. So basically, all of the four wheels are actually cracked. And do I really want to have a cracked wheels on a 560 horsepower car? No, I don't think so. What I need to do, I need to have an access to the other side over there somehow. I don't know how. So probably we'll have to climb over it, but it doesn't matter. I need to change the hub carrier because if you've seen the previous videos, I actually snapped one of the bolts, you know, that pinch bolts. I snapped it, and while I was trying to hammer it, I think I damaged the hub carrier itself, so I needed to buy a new one. So, well, not new one, second hand. And also, I'm gonna show you a quick trick that if you got a Volkswagen, Audi, or whatever car that has a pinch bolt looking like this, those bolts are usually getting stuck quite easily after even, let's say, you've driven like 500 miles or something. So what I've done to this, I actually put it masking tape. Well, no, it's not a masking tape, it's a duct tape. So I put a duct tape around it. I'm gonna put some grease around it as well and stick it back in a place where it's supposed to be. So I just marked where the actual nut goes, and I just put it duct tape. And the next time when I will need to do a service or repair any bushings or something, it's going to be pretty easy to remove it. And if, let's say, if in the future you're going to damage the tape, you can always reapply a new one and job done. It's going to be much easier to everyone to work on this car. Like I said, I need to get to another site and get some tools. So what do we need to remove first is those two wishbones. Obviously, they're a bit damaged in the top, but again, I don't care, because I'm gonna change all the suspension probably anyway. Not probably, but I'm gonna change it. Then we got a bolt in here, which is 13. I can see that one of my bags covers are actually split now. Nice, love it. That's great. How I'm gonna change it, I don't know. Then I need to remove the caliper, brake disc, and there's like a guard behind it. So I'm gonna attack first the caliper and a brake disc, so I'm gonna have more clearance in here. I tell you what, there was some effort to actually remove this hub carrier because every single bolt was rusted and it was a bit of a nightmare. So after a lot of hammering, I actually managed to take it out. So I can put a new hub carrier now in and reassemble everything kinda tight, kinda not, because like I said, I'm gonna be replacing probably all the components of the suspension in here, but in the meantime it's gonna be fine however it is. Just noticed one thing. So this is the old one and this is the new one. So the old one is actually quite heavy and the new one is very light, because the new one is made from aluminum or aluminium. Well, you got the point. I don't know if I'm saving the weight or I'm doing something wrong, but if on this side is gonna be aluminium, I need to put on the right side as well the same. So the weights would be exactly the same on every single side of the car, I would say, because this one is way too heavy. And this one is so light. And this side is kinda done.
So we got new hub carrier in the side, so the wheel should be standing straight now. By the way, saying should be, I'm actually hoping. Also, I noticed one thing. You see, there is like a small cable in here which is running into this big box. So the question is it a AC system pump or something, or it's something very important for the car? I should actually check it. Bought something very kind of strange. So by looking at this damaged wire, I'm like looking more to this side, and in here, this hose, I'm not too sure, is it a vacuum hose or it's a brake hose? I think it's a brake hose. It goes in here, and all this is kind of loose. So I'm assuming this is supposed to actually clip into it, but I still don't know what it is, because we got one cooling hose in here, and if you're looking on this side, there's two connectors here that goes in, and one connector that it's actually clearly cut off. So what this connector, I think this is an ambient sensor for outside, but I mean, this is not supposed to be like this, isn't it? So I'm gonna try to clip in back that pipe that is actually out, and I'm gonna, well, the best idea would be actually to take out this unit out and repair the wire and clip that hose back in a place. But I think the most logical thing would be to do is put my wheel on so I could roll the car a bit back, and then I could work more easily on this side, because now at the moment it's total nightmare. I need to climb over the bonnet, and that's how I'm gonna put the wheel. I just put it on top of the engine and somehow I'm gonna squeeze it in here. Is your woman coming back every single day in a different look, same as my one? Because she just left.
Yeah, look nice.
And that's every single month. New look.
Do you mind?
It looks great. I think it looks great, but from the picture that you sent me, I was thinking that you actually cut off like me.
I think it's okay. I look younger. Definitely 5 years younger, yeah, than it.
Let me know in the comments if that hairstyle suits her. Right, now we got the issue. I put the wheels back in a place, all of them. Yeah, he still doesn't drive.
Nothing changed.
But,
When is he gonna go to Italy, by the way?
probably when he's gonna start.
I see.
So that's like another 5 years.
Right.
Right, so...
It doesn't sound funny anymore.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Right, so the issue I got that when I'm lowering the car, this wheel turns opposite side.
Yeah. Talk. I listen.
That's so strange. So I think that I actually put this tie rod opposite side, because on another side is actually facing upwards and this one facing downwards, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna try to change that to the other side and see if it's gonna help, because I need to push this car back and forth all the time. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, so now if I've done everything right, this wheel should stay straight. And I'm hoping it's gonna stay straight, because otherwise there's other issues. Right, if it's gonna start turning, then there's probably an issue somewhere else. Nope, I was actually right. Oh my god, it's so low. Talk about stance, eh? What do you think about this? Should we leave that Bentley looking like that? Now we can actually go to the Pavel's house and check what he have found it out with the modules. I didn't know that you're looking over the PC. I was thinking that you're literally looking through the like a microscope.
No. Okay. So this guy here brought me a bunch of thingies. I've unscrewed most of that. A bunch of thingies, which is controllers, chassis to take a look again if everything's fine with it. Comfort module and 2 ECUs. So let's start with the chassis. And it still looks like conformal coating is doing its job. There is no corrosion signs whatsoever. Obviously the ignition works every single time. There was some corrosion on this here before, and we can see this beautiful, all this wet effect is the coating. So it looks wet, obviously it's not wet, it's dry.
You know what I was talking about when I said to you, it looks like a blown little fuses. So if you would check, let's say for example, those in here, you see they are like same color and then they change the colors. You see, they're supposed to be like this, yeah?
Totally different component, yeah.
So what I was thinking what one of those are actually blown, because you can't actually...
Resistor, diode, resistor. Yep, same as this is a diode. Next to it is a capacitor. Obviously now, not really good time to check it as it's everything coated in conformal coating, but before... What I done is basically checked all them capacitors, which are these boys, for shorts, because sometimes short capacitor can cause a lot of problems. Checked the 0 ohm resistors, links, whatever you want to call them. I did mention like the fuse, they're not fused, someone pointed out correctly in the comments. So yeah, it's not a fuse, 0 ohm resistor or a link, like this one here. Yeah. Like this one. So they're all good. There's the next one here. They're all good. They're 0 ohm resistors. All the capacitors are good. Obviously, checking the ICs is not really feasible in the DIY conditions. So that's pretty much all we could do. So I think,
but it kind of looks clean, isn't it?
It looks clean. Yeah, the coating does its job. So we can call it a day with the chassis, I guess.
Good.
Right. What else do we have here except the mess? We have one of the ECUs. I did open them before, however, I just did not bother putting the screws back, so I did take a little peek inside. And I must admit they both look pretty nice. Yeah, so, like I said...
Spotless.
Spotless. And it's pretty much both sides of it. It's, how it should look. All these are, triple zeros, but it's still the same resistor with the 0 ohm value. They're all checked out, all the capacitors not shorted, so that's good. And same on the other side, so there's no point of showing what's good on it, because there is nothing wrong with them. And with the car, there is quite a lot of faults in the ECUs, right? Some of them are, for example, a fault of the simplest thing to start with was the fault of the secondary air valve solenoid. Which is basically there's the same thing as EGR to heat up the catalytic converter quicker. It blows the air to the exhaust manifolds, and that air is pumped by that two little kind of Hoover looking fans next to the front right wheel. And the valves just open or closes the solenoid just open and closes the valves. And these solenoids, they all have 30 ohms resistance. We do have a second engine. Well, he does. I don't. I'm just a friend. Yeah. So he does have a second engine, and on the second engine they do have 30 ohms as well, and they click, so they open and close. They work correctly. And on one of them, they both the same 30 ohms, and one of them shows a fault. So I'd say check the wiring or the ECUs, because there's the only things that can like throw a fault is either the solenoid itself, wiring, or the ECU. There's literally no fuses on the way from the solenoid to the ECU, nothing like that. So as we can see, I mean, obviously the ECUs are checked as possible in the DIY conditions, home conditions, right? I don't have a lab or anything like that. I'm a mechanic. No, it
looks hobby. Like a lab.
This is my hobby. Yeah. It's not like checked what I could. No signs of corrosion. No cold soldered joints. No shorted caps. yeah, so I guess that leaves us with the wiring.
With the wiring. I had one guy saying to me, did you check for the rats? And I was thinking, hold on a minute, we actually had some rats living in this car, and it was living actually underneath the back seats. I think, is it possible?
They might have visited the bonnet area as well.
Yeah, they might. They might
not have stick to the back seats
Yeah,
area.
yeah, but they was living in there.
Yeah, but they could still like walk around, chew shit. Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm just thinking where they might actually have access to it, where they went to chew it. Because the other engine came up with...
Yeah, we don't know what was the deal with the other engine.
Yeah, true. Right, now on the body control module.
Yeah, on the body control module there is some moisture and corrosion signs, and we're going to show how to deal with it in a moment. There is a little bit of corrosion here. This tweezers. I should clean my tweezers, yeah. There is a bit of corrosion here. This is all kind of like residue from liquid damage. There's more here. There is more here. Even got the green. Can't see. I know my microscope is cheap one. But yeah, so this residue is definitely from the liquid damage. I did check the solder joints, caps, and all the other stuff as well. So yeah, all we have to deal with is, by the look of it, some liquid damage, which is not as bad as it was on the Cassie module. On the Cassie, the first time I took it, it was way worse.
But is it still gonna be short in something?
It shouldn't. The thing is, these are big stuff that's corroded, and I did not see the reason why would the engine, because on this side it's pretty nice and clean as well. Bad area is here next to this relay, but again, that would be just, you know, relay switching on or switching off, not really throwing random faults on the engine, right?
Yeah.
Especially this is the comfort module, right? So that's responsible for like seats, that kind of stuff, like interior lights. So I would not think that engine starting issues, problems are from the none of them four modules. What we can do here is we can actually treat this with alcohol. This is very, very little of the corrosion, not like as it was in the Cassie module. And basically, if we could look at this, it's nice and clean. I need to grab some cotton swabs. I've got one here. I've got one. Right, and the back of that area where it was corroded with where the relay goes is nice and clean actually. So yeah, I can't really see anything obvious, and especially the module functions. It communicates with the diagnostic devices.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with these. Oh, and one more thing, someone pointed out in the comments as well, it was touching the chips on the board first, like a couple of videos back. And yeah, it's kind of like speeding, so you get away with it until it shortens, and with speeding it's the same. You get away until you get pulled over. So yeah, it's kind of not the thing you should do. Obviously you should have a strap bands for the earthing, so the static electricity won't kill the CMOS, especially the CMOS based MOSFETs and other like CMOS based chips. Yeah, like I said, it's exactly the same as it's speeding. Pretty much everyone does it, and you know, not everyone dies. So. Fingers crossed we didn't kill anything.
Other thing, explain how you can shorten it, how it usually shortens any of the components. Because last time you told me that if you're gonna rub your hands over something and
like you pulling over your jumper or anything like that, which is like synthetic fiber based, yeah, you get static electricity, right? And everyone probably been there, done that, like sparky kind of thing, yeah. So that's static discharge, electrostatic discharge, ESD, and that electrostatic discharge is enough to kill pretty much like half of them components that's in modern electronics. And yeah, we don't really want that, but however, like I said, it's I should be wearing that earthing strap to prevent that kind of electrostatic discharge, connected to like a radiator or something. However, yeah, you know.
However, you know what you're doing.
Risky,
Sometimes.
risky. You gotta take a risk in your life. Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, I know I'm a bad. I'll start wearing it. I'll start wearing it someday.
Someday.
Look at that, beautiful.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah. With coating of the ECUs, one more thing, you should not really do it, as these do have built-in pressure sensor, atmospheric pressure sensor, and this is the reason why this thing is here.
Yeah.
So you cannot really coat the ECUs, as if you'd coat the pressure sensor itself, then it would not function correctly. That's why all the ECUs, they have like a kind of vent here. Well, not all of them, but most of them. They have vents, so they can measure the atmospheric pressure around. And yeah, so they have to be just sealed off on the outside, and this is supposed to like relieve the pressure but not let the water in, and it actually does a pretty good job, as we've seen. ECUs are spotless.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'll buy next time I'll buy a better microscope.
And you're gonna have a strap.
I'm gonna have a
Chain.
chain. One more thing for cleaning the corrosion off is the light fiberglass pen. So basically it's like a brush, but you can like squish it out or in or whatever, and yeah, it's tiny little fiberglass fibers, and this can be helpful with corrosions like this. Obviously you need to clean the fibers afterwards, but then that's more like dusting it off than just scrubbing the corrosion off.
There's a lot of things that you need to know before doing this. And a lot of people actually buying the new ECUs when you can actually just clean them and they're gonna work.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Many times they really are like, this is a good example. They really are damaged.
Yeah.
But fortunately, like it was with the Kessie module in our case, yeah, there was just a matter of cleaning, because the corrosion was bridging the legs between. There was bridging the legs of the chips, and yeah, just the cleaning of the Kessie was enough. So yeah, before you buy it, try cleaning it. Obviously, wear the ESD strap, which costs like £2 on eBay, Temu, Amazon, whatever. Beautiful.
Look, brand new.
Yeah, wear the strap, yeah, don't be me. Don't go speeding, because you're gonna die or get caught by police. And yeah, that's it. Right, so there's one more trick I want to show you guys, yeah. So we have this, obviously. This camera costs like 12 quid, like £10, something like that, on eBay, Amazon, Temu, whatever. And people say it's a bunch of crap, no, never buy it because it's a waste of money. And it really is a waste of money, because when you buy it, it will be just this thing with the small tiny little attachment to put it on, which is total crap, and it will have no light attached to it, just the built-in light. And when you have just this built-in light, not strip anything else, let's use some scrap electronics. I've got like...
Oh no!
We're gonna cut this out, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. And you want to do something very, very precise, and then you've got this little light that is attached to this microscope, and that makes it like extremely low refresh rate. As you can see, I'm moving it, and you can't really see what's going on if I'm moving it slightly. And if you just attach it to a bigger lamp, like this one, it's like way better. So you can move it and you can see what's going on. So yeah, this obviously is like the lowest budget possible, but you can still do something. I mean, just for a perspective, right? This component here with the 103 is, yeah, this is the tip of the tweezers. And if I put my finger over there, so you got the comparison, right? So if you're doing it as a hobby, is it worth spending like 400 quid for a professional microscope? I don't know. I'm just kind of like using this one for now.
And you can still see a thing what you're actually doing.
Yeah, maybe next lab soon.
Soon.
Yeah. So,
cool. That's actually cool. And you bought it just for what? £10?
Like £10, something like that, literally. Yeah.
That's actually cool. And you see everything. That looks like a wallpaper. So we got all our modules back. He said the ECUs are actually good. So there's no issues with the ECUs. However, he checked like you see in DIY conditions, but it's still better checking than anything. The strangest thing where I found it out that the ECUs are exactly the same code. So this one starts 07C 906 018 AE, and this one is exactly the same, 07C 906 018. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So is there a difference which way I'm gonna plug these ECUs? Because obviously I got markings that just one second. So I'm just thinking, what if I would actually mix it up? So I would put the first on the second and the second on the first. Maybe that's gonna change something, I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest, but let's plug the modules in, check if the air suspension still works, and yeah, and try to start it if it's gonna even start. But it's probably not even gonna start, so, but it's worth a go. Right, let's push it. Let's push it back a bit so I could actually have an access to the other side. And where the heck are you going? Go back! Right, you need to stay here. Stay. I said stay. Yeah. Okay. This one's supposed to be actually here. So, I don't know, I'm not gonna put it in because obviously I need to work on my ECUs, and also I might need to remove the engine again. Right, so I just plugged in the ECUs back into place. Cleaned all the negative cables all around the engine bay, so all of them are now sparkling clean. I still need to repair that MAF sensor plug, but I do not have the plug. It's supposed to arrive today, but it hasn't. So hopefully I can get it tomorrow, let's say. So now I need to plug in Cassie module and also BCM, so the body control module as well, back in place, and then I'm gonna try to start it and see is anything changed. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Funny thing, I have bought like a MAF sensors to the turbos flange rubber piece. So on eBay this flange is 16 pounds. If you're buying directly from Bentley, it's 7 pounds. So it's all the time worth calling them and asking what's the price to any car manufacturer. Sometimes there's some things are actually cheaper in a dealership than actually from eBay. Same with this. This is a power steering cap, and from Bentley is 17 pounds. On eBay they do not sell as one, they selling as an all unit, and that's 45 pounds. So I would better spend 17 pounds and buy this one instead of getting a used one. I plugged in all the ECUs and everything back in a place.
Nothing is happening.
Okay, is nothing happening?
Nothing's happening.
What's happening? Right, double check if I have a turbos cleared. Turbos are cleared. So there's no microfiber cloths in a turbos because I'm all the time putting them in. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you turned on the lights and that's why it was beeping, yeah?
Can I check the wheel?
Check. Right, so I still got some faults on the engine ECUs and Cassie module and all the rest stuff. So I'm gonna just try to do a quick erase and see if anything's gonna change. I deleted all the faults. I got engine control module 4 faults, that's on the first one. Engine control module 2, only 1 fault. strangely, I got only few faults left, which is not logical for my head because I literally done nothing. Just I cleaned some of the contacts and that's it. Intake air temperature sensor 3, intake too high, lower limit not reached. So that's on the first one, intake temperature sensor. I wonder if I would change that sensor, if I would still have the fault. And then engine control module 2, I mean 1, that was control module 1. No, yeah, so engine control module 2 has only one fault about the intake air something sensor. Check the DTC memory of engine control module 2, impossible signal. Pressure sensor for brake booster, obviously because we got a split hose in there. Engine cooler temperature sensor 1, circuit high, lower limit not reached. I checked that sensor is actually good. So if I would actually check now if there's any faults on access authorization, no faults. Okay, let's give it a go and try to start it, but I don't know if it's gonna even start. No, it does exactly the same as I left before. I've just noticed one thing. I turned on one of the relays and there's a sound like this. I'm not sure if you're gonna hear it. There's no smell of petrol and the injectors, all of them, it looks clean. And other thing as well, everything around the engine looks okay, it's not wet, nothing. So this could be the case why it doesn't start, because somewhere there's a huge vacuum leak or something and it doesn't want to start. But where is it? It's probably gonna be somewhere behind the engine and I need to remove the engine to find it out where it actually is. But I need to try to dig it in and see if I can actually find it. So I have just moved something and it's stopped and even noise changed. Obviously it's gonna be exactly the same. Let's try to read the codes again and see what new faults we got now. Broken fuse underneath the bonnet, but I don't think so that it's gonna make any difference. I know that my seat is actually heating up, which wasn't working before. Well, it was and then stopped and then again was. Right, we got a fault on leveling system, steering angle sensor, no signal communication. Yeah, I know, this is normal. We still got 4 faults on the engine ECU 1 and 1 fault on the engine control module 2. 2 sensors that I'm thinking they might be faulty. One of them is here and other one is here. And then there's other sensors which goes in here into the intercooler. So I'm assuming this is gonna be intercooler sensors. But the funny thing is, it doesn't show anything about MAFs. Before it used to show about MAF sensors. Now it doesn't show anything about MAF sensor. Either way, I don't even plugged in the MAF sensors. But anyway, let's take those off and try to clean them. So I took them off. They was a bit wet, strangely, and it wasn't oil or something. So it's not even water. So I don't know why they wet. Probably condensation or something. I have no idea. No, I still got intake air temperature sensor 3, signal too high, lower limit not reached. So I need to Google this fault and see what's gonna came up with. Right, before ripping the engine out, I want to do a couple of tests. One of those tests is gonna be fuel pressure and then the compression. And then gonna probably start removing the engine. Well, it's not gonna be removed completely. I just want to lower it engine down so I could actually investigate where that fire happened and why it's actually happened. And also there is a vacuum leak underneath the steering rack, but to access it I need to lower the engine down so we can actually fix it. Done me, haven't checked, lesson learned, so it is what it is. And now We're just gonna try to test it, the fuel pressure, because I cannot hear the fuel pumps working now. Well, it should prime before starting, but it does not prime. Guys, I'm gonna regret all my life I haven't recorded this. Oh my god, I nearly took the engine out. I nearly took the engine out of the car, and you know what it was? The only silly thing I was thinking, you know what would happen if I would change the ECU's wiring? I mean, it was saying 1. Yeah, on this side it was saying 1. Okay, I was thinking maybe they made a mistake, you know, and maybe they just connected it wrong. And you know what? I have just changed. You're freaking joking! It's freaking running! I spent weeks looking for the wires around the engine, and it was only this! You gotta be joking! Oh my god, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. And it runs nice. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. It's funniest. Acceleration works. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh my god. I nearly took the engine out. How did I start it last time? How it was running last time? I mean, it was running on a half cylinders. Now all 12 is working. You know what? My birthday is just in a couple of days. This is the best birthday present that I could actually get it for myself. I mean, I know a lot of people is gonna say, oh, this is fake, this is not true, you mixed it up on purpose, blah, blah. I wouldn't risk to fry the ECUs just by mixing the wires up. This is actually what has happened. It's like, it's mind-blowing. I still can't believe. And look, I'm gonna show you. So, if you would see, this is number 2. This is number 2 ECU. And somebody labeled this as a number 1. Can you see number 1? Yeah, right here, number 1. So I just swapped those places and it's just it started. I'm so happy about this. Oh my god. Yeah, I still got an issue that the vacuums underneath the engine leak, so I need to study the lines. And I think what I'm gonna do, instead of removing the engine, I'm just gonna run them externally, if you know what I mean. So out of the engine, somewhere around it, nicely with the pipes or something, because that there's like vacuum line which goes from the vacuum pump to the turbo on the right side, and then it goes to the brake booster as well. So there's a lot of valves that it goes back in. So I need to source them out and actually check how it runs. Even it would be better to find the Bentley without the engine, and I could actually go there to that place, do the notes, and make exactly the same one in here, and just run it externally, and cut off the old ones. Oh my god. I still cannot drive the car because obviously there is no oil in a gearbox. Well, probably there is some, but it's not a lot. And I need to do a service. Now I can actually change the oil. Oh my god. I'm so glad it's finally sorted out. I finally can start moving from a dead point, because in the past 2 weeks I was just coming in here, looking through all the wiring, through the everything, and I was like thinking today, okay, few more tests. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna take out the engine, put it back, and see if there's any damage underneath the engine, wiring, anything else. It's like lucky days. It's oh my god. I'm speechless, to be honest. I'm speechless. Right, so now I want to check if I got a charge from the alternator. No, the alternator, oh yeah, it's charging. 12.55 volts. Obviously the car is misfiring, it's not happy running without the map sensors and open the vacuum lines, but it runs, accepts the accelerator. It works. It bloody works. It bloody works indeed. And it's charging the batteries as well, because I can see the voltage is dropping down. Obviously it's not enough of charging, because it's supposed to be about 14 volts and I'm getting only 12.7 volts, which is not really enough. But I think if I'm gonna clean the terminals on alternator and the terminal on the junction underneath the bonnet, it should came back as a 14 volts. Look at that screen. Looks amazing. Oh my god. I finally can start assembling. Woohoo! You know what I wanted to check for a long time? I actually wanted to see if the headlights work. Now I can actually put the headlights in and I don't need to take them out. Kinda. I think, oh no, I cannot put the left side headlight, but I can actually put right side and see if they actually work. Right. So I'm assuming somebody done a bougie job on this, and I need to connect it like that for the temporary connect, let's say. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm getting a bit sick as the weather changes. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's raining. It's casual UK's weather, nothing special. Right, so this is a negative, and where should I put the negative? For now, I think I can squeeze it in here. Should be okay. Right, is it gonna reach? Okay, so if I would just put you back like this. Oh, I think that I just broke something. Never mind. Anyway, where are we? Where were we? Anyway, let's put this one, oh my god, like this for now, and let's check if it works. They actually do, but that's the only thing that works is the rings. Not too sure if you can see, but there's like a halo rings on this. I need to lower the exposure to actually see it, but the halo rings are actually working, and the bulbs itself, it doesn't. Here you go. There you go. Look at that. It works. And it's even white. That's great. I don't need to upgrade it. Maybe I might upgrade it to LEDs later on if it's not a xenon. I think it's xenon. It started. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, click that subscribe button. And I don't know, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Facebook. And I will see you in the next video. And the next video is probably going to be a test drive. Finally, after a month time of working on this car, I finally can say we're going to attempt to test drive it next week.